Yeah, it's Van Gogh, Vincent van Gogh. Dutch post-impressionist painter who became one of the most famous and influential figures in Western art. In over a decade, he made 2,000 artworks, including some of the most iconic paintings ever. He struggled with mental illness, loneliness, poverty, famously cut off part of his own ear after a fight with a fellow painter.
I
So
didn't
that's
know
true. I
painters
didn't
had
know if that
fight.
was real, that he cut off part of his ear.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like the only thing I do. I mean that's like what everyone knows about him, that he cut off part of his ear. But I thought it was for like because he was like mad at his girlfriend or something.
That's what I always thought. But he's
Yeah, it
just
says.
fucking molding over some other artist. So the gist of it, what I'm hearing, is that
He's
he
a
is
little unstable.
he's an unstable,
Sad.
broke artist who can't pay rent.
Yes.
And he is prone to self-harm.
Yeah. So he's gonna be. You're probably gonna get into arguments with him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be sad and depressed. He might not. He's probably not gonna be that clean. He's not
Yeah.
gonna do the dishes,
Yeah.
and he's not gonna have money to pay
And-
rent.
Cut your ear off in your sleep. We're starting real.
We're starting low.
I mean, like, so he came up after he died, so it's like, what good does that do me? I mean, I'm his
Yeah.
roommate.
This is
Yeah.
This is very low. I mean, there's
Yeah,
like I
I-
can't think of. I mean, you gotta go F. I can't think of like a single.
There isn't.
I'd go D.
He's
Aside that he
legitimately-
makes good art. That's the upside. He makes a good art. So you'll have a lot of nice art in the apartment.
Oh, sure, yeah.
See, the problem
I
is
actually.
the area he makes art in is going to be horrific.
True. Yeah.
The way he made art.
I'll go with D. I don't want to say F because, like, I'm just
You feel bad for him.
a little bit. I know that feel, man. But like, also, I know that we're gonna have some real stinkers later on.
You're
So I'll
actually
go
that's
D.
a really good point.
There's also something to say that
Good.
with people like Van Gogh, you could also probably have some very interesting like midnight conversations about philosophy and whatnot.
Definitely.
True,
Just when
That's an upside.
everyone's tired, and like depressed people can have some of the most interesting conversations.
Yeah, that's a plus side.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep him out of F. It's low,
Yeah,
but he's not a bad guy.
he doesn't seem like a bad guy.
He's
But
just struggling. Okay, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci is the first thing I thought of when I thought of Da Vinci. It was there's gonna be stuff laying everywhere.
Yeah.
Not just art stuff, because he did like engineering and all kinds of stuff. So
Like
there's stuff everywhere.
the apartment's always going to be a mess.
yeah,
And if you clean up the mess, he's going to be mad at you because
Probably.
everything was in a place because it was in a place.
Oh, hold on. Actually, let me read this. I definitely have one for Da Vinci.
Da
I think so.
Vinci.
Leonardo was a Renaissance polymath who excelled in art, anatomy, engineering, geology, and invention. His notebooks are filled with studies of human proportions, flight, machines, and nature. As an artist, he painted The Last Supper and the Mona Lisa, both considered masterpieces, though many of his inventions weren't built in his lifetime. His interdisciplinary thinking helped refine Renaissance humanism. Personality notes: curious, imaginative, non-conforming, known to be gentle, charismatic, and easily distracted. Left many projects unfinished, but approached the world with wonder and endless observation. Yeah, very disorganized. if
Can
I
he pay
guess.
rent?
Huh?
Can he pay rent?
He can probably pay rent. He was getting money from like the nobles and stuff. I mean, he painted stuff for them specifically, and I think he also some of his like War Machine ideas were for them, I think.
Yeah, but did like, okay.
They
I
were
guess I'll
paying him.
approach
They were
this-
paying him good. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think
Okay. I just can't think of a single thing he made. Like, he's like, oh, okay. If you met somebody now for a roommate who I self-identified as a Renaissance man,
Well, yeah,
like,
that's true.
you're like, okay, so but what do you do for money? Like, what do you? Like he's got all this shit laying around. I get that he's a painter, but like that's not a stable job, you know?
Hold on one sec.
If
Did Leonardo da Vinci make a lot of money?
we look at it, if we compare what he would be in today's time,
Yeah.
I would think he's more of a like YouTube engineer,
Mm,
like
like an Alan Pan type guy.
yeah,
Okay.
or like Michael Reeves, or
Oh, that's what I want as a roommate, Michael Reed.
I mean, actually, yes, because he's
Oh,
insane.
man.
Okay,
But like,
so I'm seeing that
I'm
he was
crazy like that.
he was very popular among some of the richer people in Italy at the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the Medici
Given his
family. So
intellect, he could easily be a tutor for a rich family
true.
Yeah.
very easily.
And if it's a
Okay.
if it's a family like that, he's making money. You know, he's
Okay.
making money.
He can teach your kid to go to fucking Yale.
Also, given his personality, I would think that, yeah, he would be messy. Sounds like he probably had ADHD or something of the sort. His personality being gentle and whatnot. I don't think he would be maliciously messy. I think he would genuinely try to clean up his messes, and possibly fail to do so half the time.
Probably a good hang. Good vibes.
Yeah, I bet his vibes are really good. I could
would-
probably vibe with Da Vinci.
You could also talk to him
Yeah.
about anything, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm leaning like low A at worst.
Ooh, really?
Honestly, yeah,
Okay.
like
okay.
he brings in income through various means.
Yeah.
Has interesting ideas,
Mhm.
and worst case scenario, he's going to ask you interesting questions that he can use to make interesting things.
Hmm.
I'm good with A. I'm good there.
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart. I know you have
so-
her on here.
I'm just gonna bring it up.
Yep.
She just skips out. Like, where'd she go? She'll be
Yeah,
gone
that's
for
what I
days
was
at a
gonna
time.
say.
Like,
She might not come back.
Amelia, like, you just we're all worried.
the the landlord shows up. I don't know. She hasn't been back.
This is the
Haven't
seen
third
her.
wellness check you've done. Why are all these coconut crabs on the front
Oh
lawn?
no, not the coconut crabs. Do you guys want me to read the thing for her, or you guys pretty much?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
go for it.
she flew a plane. She
That's why.
disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Born in Kansas, Earhart was a pioneering aviator and one of the most famous women of her era. She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean in 1932 and became an advocate for female pilots and women's independence. In 1937, she disappeared during an attempt to circumnavigate the globe, sparking a mystery that persists to this day. And then the personality notes: independent, adventurous, cool under pressure, known for being confident and quietly charismatic, with a calm demeanor and strong sense of purpose. Yeah, she's just not going to be there.
She got eaten by
Yeah,
the crabs.
I think she'd be out so often that I don't even think she'd class for a roommate.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
the ones you just don't see.
She might be a couch crasher once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that, I mean, is the share of the rent getting paid though? Is she
That's
sending
what
it?
I'm
Well, okay.
saying.
Is she
I'm
Venmoing you?
saying. Like, do you have to remind her,
Probably.
like, hey, Amelia, it's the first of the month. Can we please?
The reason why I say she probably is paying it, she's a pilot. Pilots make fucking bank.
I think it would be
I'm looking at
fine.
this if we take them and put them in current day as a
Yeah.
current day roommate and extrapolating their skill sets and their personality into now.
Yeah.
I think it would be fine, but you're just always there alone. She's just never there. That's all.
Yeah.
I think it would be more you are her roommate, not she's your roommate. Like you're renting from her house,
Yeah.
Yeah.
living in one of her rooms because she probably owns the house, isn't going to be there a lot when someone
And
to
needs someone
house
to look
watch,
after it.
Yeah.
and you're just she's paying the majority of everything, and you're just giving
You're feeding
a little
the
bit
cats.
for you're feeding the cats, you're watching
You're
the
feeding the
dog.
crabs.
feeding the crabs.
Like, I think C.
I just say, yeah, that's fair.
I could go. I would say B. I mean,
I-
what's
I could go higher, but like depends on who else we have.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. I don't want to rate anybody too high or too low right now.
Yeah, I guess since it's like almost not even a roommate, I guess he kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
We all know who Julius Caesar is, right? He did some illegal wars. They told him to come home and stop. So he marched his army into Rome and became dictator, and then they assassinated him. And that
Damn.
ended the Roman Republic and started the Roman Empire, officially.
Damn.
So he won.
Sort of. I mean, he got assassinated. Does that count as
But-
winning?
Yeah.
Up until that point, he won.
He was known for being like very like people liked him, and he was pretty generous. But
Yeah.
you know, obviously he used that to become a dictator. So
Listen, all I know is that Caesar has an intelligence of 3, which is lower than the mole rat, whose name I forget.
he
seems insufferable.
He's gonna be nice as a means to an end.
He's gonna gaslight you.
He will probably, yeah, he might do that. He's gonna try to get as much as he can, but he's gonna be strategic about it.
I don't think you could have like many friends over, like a bunch at a time, because he'd probably be afraid he's gonna get stabbed or something. Like he can't be around big crowds.
I think he famously
Uh-huh.
was afraid of that he was gonna get assassinated.
Damn, that
He
sucks,
did.
buddy. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, add paranoid to our list.
Yeah, man. The idea that he lived his whole life afraid of being like assassinated and then got assassinated fucking sucks.
I don't know if it was his whole life, but it was definitely when he was doing,
Dictator things.
things worth being assassinated for.
Yeah. That's an
Yeah.
easy way to not get assassinated. Just don't be an asshole. Just don't be someone worthy of assassination.
Yeah.
It's done me pretty well.
I don't know. I can't think of like how to apply that to. He'll pay rent.
He would
definitely-
probably pay rent.
He definitely.
Is he going to
will.
do the dishes?
He will do them sometimes whenever he wants something from you.
He wants something from you.
Yeah.
I'm going with C for Caesar.
C for Caesar. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
I think high C.
I see
Yeah.
above a million.
Yeah,
here?
above a
Really?
million.
I would actually put him
Yeah.
below. I'd put him below.
The reason I say high is because he's an actual roommate. So,
Caesar's like that guy who like he'll come into your room and you're just like, what do you want, man?
Well, I'm gonna leave him there for now. We can come back to it.
I think C's pretty good.
yeah, C's good. I think he's above Amelia
Reese
because
would-
he'll actually do shit.
We can reevaluate for
I mean,
sure
yeah, I
once
guess
we have
he
more people on the
he
board.
definitely would do things. I guess that's a good point.
If your car breaks down at work and you need a ride home, he does not have your ass. Caesar, absolutely not.
Unless he's like on his way to Chipotle, and he's like, "Well, since I came and got you, why don't you cover me?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck,
That's the
yeah,
least
no,
you could
fuck
do.
Caesar. Fuck D.
D.
D. I don't like him. Bad vibes from the dictator. Weirdly
Okay,
enough.
I'm gonna just do. I'm gonna leave. We'll come back to him if we need to.
Okay.
Okay. We know Edgar Allan Poe, right?
Yeah.
I'll read his
Yep.
thing. I don't know. Born in Boston, 1809. Writer, editor, poet, best known for his dark Gothic tales and his invention of the detective fiction genre. He lived a troubled life marked by poverty, addiction, and the early deaths of his loved ones. Melancholic, brilliant, emotionally fragile, known for his sharp intellect, biting criticism, and theatrical personality. Struggled
He's
with
a-
instability and loss, which heavily influenced his writing. So, another Van Gogh type, I think.
Real bummer of a guy.
Real bummer,
honestly.
And he's
Real
and an addict.
real buzzkill.
Well, I don't know about Buzzkill. He's probably got you on that.
Oh,
I don't
addict.
wanna live-
If you want to
With
get
the
fucked up, he's got you.
Yeah. Well,
He's at the very best. He's bottom of D tier. At the very
Now
best.
he's similar to Van Gogh, but is he better or worse?
I think. He's
I would
worse.
say he's worse than Van Gogh, but he probably does have sick bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have people coming over to. He might have the plug coming over.
Yeah.
I put him
As long
lower.
as he
I don't
shares,
know.
I'm down.
I
Yeah,
don't know how I
that's kind
feel
of a
about
personal
it.
preference. Do you want? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
For me, not necessarily.
It's
As long as he doesn't turn the apartment into a drug den, let's go.
And that's the thing, is it's not going to be like, oh, this is my fucking weed dealer. Like, no, this is like probably like heavy opioids.
You
yeah,
see-
Like, this is not shit you want to be around.
I'm pretty sure this isn't in the notes, but I'm pretty sure he died just like in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah,
Like,
he
Probably.
died a really bad death.
yeah, like someone just found him in a ditch early in the morning at like 5 a.m. or something. He's below Van Gogh.
He died like a real one. But I agree, he's definitely below Van Gogh.
Yeah.
How far below? I don't know.
Yeah,
but
we'll
he's
have to
below.
get some more people. Not F though. I don't think he's F.
No.
You're gonna have to be truly horrendous to be F tier to me.
We got him. They're coming. Don't worry. We got this guy down here.
Yep. Who could that be? I don't recognize him.
I think he was like a painter.
That's
or
S
something.
tier.
Yeah, he was like an art student or
Yeah.
something.
This one is Confucius. Well, hold on. Let me read his thing. I actually don't know anything about him.
Okay.
Really. Born in 551 BC in what is now China, Confucius was a teacher, philosopher, political thinker whose ideas formed the foundation of Chinese social and moral philosophy for centuries. Personal ethics, family loyalty, ritual, and social harmony. His teachings were compiled posthumously into the Analects, personality respectful, earnest, deeply idealistic, believed in virtue, structure, and the importance of tradition, known for his humility and devotion to education and societal improvement. Sounds like a chill guy.
I would immediately go AOS. Yeah, absolutely.
Seems almost too good to be true.
Seems a
It
little
does.
seems a little woke.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's kind of where I was going to go with that as well, admittedly. Like, this sounds like he would be the absolute chillest guy if you agreed with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be
He looks chill. Look at him.
absolutely horrid to deal with if you didn't, maybe.
Yeah.
All of this stuff is sort of none of the stuff in this note really stands out. It's all like, yeah, he was, he wanted societal improvement. Like, okay.
The AI was
most people
glazed in
do.
this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, honestly though, based on what he's done alone, I would probably say S. I actually think even bar the worst case scenario, he'd be a very chill guy. He'd be very good to talk to.
I would have to know.
And
I'd want to know a little more. S is
it's
pretty
effectively
high.
just good moral, really.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, treat yourself and others around you with kindness, more or less.
Yeah.
In a time where people were just famously not doing that.
Yeah. Funnily enough, he would be the therapy roommate, I think.
I think
But
I still
does
need
he
a
pay
little.
rent?
Let's see.
So,
Let
He
me,
has a
that's sadly
philosophy
the thing.
degree.
He's a philosopher,
let me see if
largely, which
Confucius made
is
any money. Confucius was able to make money and live comfortably, particularly later in life. He earned income through a combination of government positions and tuition from his students.
Oh, he's
So
got that government cheddar?
He's
Shit.
making money.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still don't know about S. I think I would need to know a little more.
Should we go A then?
I think
I'm
he's fair.
High
Yeah.
A.
above Da Vinci.
That's tough.
Listen, Da Vinci would be a mess.
I love
He
Da
would
Vinci
be.
though.
I like Da Vinci.
I think they're the same.
Yeah.
In it, if they're in A, they're both like 1 and 2, or 2 and 1, and like one is number 1, the other's number 2, and the next day the other one's number 1 and the other one's number 2.
I think Da Vinci cleans the apartment because he doesn't want you to complain about it. Confucius cleans it because it's the moral thing to do. Like, the man
Yeah.
has thought about it, and he's like, you know what? It's not right of me to leave these dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
I do need to put this in.
It's
I could just push it in
It's
the
his
washer.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, we can unless you guys really want to put one over the other, I don't really care.
I don't think
I'm
there's-
feeling-
I can't see a reason to put one above the other.
At
I'm
this
feeling
point in
pretty
time, I think
strongly that Confucius would probably be a better roommate. Yeah, put him up there.
That's good.
I actually don't fully
Oh.
agree with that because I think Da Vinci would be the more interesting person overall.
I agree.
Interesting doesn't make for a good roommate.
Yeah, but
a
it's
lot
not-
of the time, though.
The bads aren't bad enough to outweigh how interesting
Yeah.
it would be, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
like part of the roommate experience is how well you gel with each other.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
why I'm leaning in the one is number one, the other is number one the next day type vibe.
We'll just leave
Yeah.
them the way they
Yeah.
are.
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
I
Last
don't.
active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, descendant of Macedonian Greeks, she was highly educated, multilingual, ruling Egypt during a time of great political instability. She famously aligned herself with Caesar and Mark Antony, using both personal charm and strategic diplomacy to defend her kingdom's independence. After a defeat at the Battle of Actium, she took her own life in 30 BC, ending centuries of Egyptian pharaonic rule and ushering in Roman dominance.
Mm,
Astute, eloquent, politically shrewd, celebrated for her intelligence and persuasive charisma rather than just beauty, known for her theatrical flair, bold decisions, and capacity to command loyalty. Yeah, she's famous for being very like smart and charismatic,
Yeah.
and
She's
she's
famous for
rich.
being effectively a manipulator.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
was,
I
I was
guess.
gonna say she's a hot tub streamer.
Yeah, well, she was really smart. She spoke like
woo!
10 languages. Roommate wise, she has rich parents who they
Yeah,
just pay the rent for her. So,
she's got connections.
yeah,
Yeah,
rent is always paid, and she's probably throwing parties.
She's
I
royalty. I don't know realistically if she's cleaning anything.
Well, you have
she got
maids.
people for that.
Her parents pay for the maids.
Why
But
is
see,
she even a
at that
roommate
point,
then?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay, maybe not that rich, but she's still rich enough to where rent is definitely not a problem.
Counterpoint, she's royalty, so
Yep.
she's a fucking parasite. I don't fuck with the monarchy.
Yeah.
Get out of my house.
So you don't like her on a fundamental level.
On a fun, yes, she's gonna be lazy
Or-
and
She's probably
Or if we're gonna
probably a
if we're
little
gonna put in the
entitled.
theoretical situations, maybe she isn't being offered rent by her parents, and she is getting by on her own. So we rate her on her own level. In
Okay.
which case, I do kind of agree on the bathtub streamer sort of situation, that or a consultant for businesses.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the streamer
Um,
thing checks out. It does.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what she's doing.
like
she
she knows she's hot, so she's going to use that to her advantage.
She's
Got
paying the
them tier
rent with
threes.
Twitch Primes
Let's-
or whatever.
yeah, and let's be honest, those people make bank if they get big enough.
Oh,
They make
True.
a lot more than most.
True.
I would say B.
I
'Cause
could go
the-
B.
Because she's able to pay anything she wants. She's not the worst personality.
Not cleaning though. She's definitely not cleaning.
No.
Yeah, that's probably the only issue. All the chores she's going to expect you to do, and she'll have some reason to make you think it's your thing to do.
One of those.
I'm just hearing Julius69. Thanks so much for the super chat. Like I can't.
While you're
Got
trying
me
to like,
out,
you're trying to
Yeah.
like watch TV or something.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, she's probably all right, honestly.
B or C, I'm thinking.
I'd say B.
B.
like
I think
maybe
Reese
maybe
said
low
B.
B
Yeah.
for now.
Reese, did you
Let's see
say
what
B also?
I actually didn't say anything.
Okay, I
I'm
thought
still
maybe you
thinking about it.
I'm high C. I'm thinking. Or well, either one.
I think it
re-
depends on what the other people we put in those categories are.
Well, let's just stick with
Yeah,
B now.
and for
We don't have any
For
there yet.
Cleopatra, for me in particular, it really, really depends on how narcissistic she is. If
Yeah.
she's not narcissistic at all, easily B to A.
I feel
if
like
she-
she was pretty well known for being like pretty nice. I think. I could be wrong. but-
At which point I'd be happy with B at the moment then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just put her there for now. I'm looking for. Is it Marie or Mary Curie? Travis, you would know this.
I think it's Marie Curie.
Marie Curie. Okay, that's what I thought.
I could be wrong.
I thought I heard
don't-
someone say Mary Curie before, but it's
I
spelled
think that's
Marie.
just wrong.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Marie.
Oh wait,
Mary Curie
wait,
doesn't sound
Montemusa's
right.
First, I used the Civ Montemusa, by the way.
Hell yeah. That's the
Uh,
best Montemusa.
well, I've already got Marie Curie. Let's just do her first. Are you familiar with her, guys? I know Travis, you are.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to read her thing. Born in Poland in 1867, Curie moved to Paris and became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win in two scientific fields, physics and chemistry. She discovered polonium? I don't know if that's right. And radium, and pioneered research on radioactivity. Despite discrimination, she worked through war and personal tragedy, even converting a car into a mobile X-ray unit during World War II. Personality: determined, quiet, deeply focused, known for her humility and work ethic. She often prioritized science over social life and showed great emotional resilience. And it doesn't say it on here, but I know she died of radiation poisoning, right?
She sure did.
Okay, didn't like her whole family?
I don't know about her whole family, but I know that she did.
Yeah, she definitely did.
So on that front, think she'd probably be a really nice lady. Think she'd be a great roommate.
Now-
But the problem is she'd be having radioactive materials in the apartment.
Are you
Marie,
gonna die
I
if you're
don't-
the roommate?
I don't really want to be. You really need to stop bringing your work home. I don't feel so good. I've lost some sensory in my digits. Could you?
It's either that or she doesn't bring her work home, but she only ever comes home very late in the evening and is gone immediately as soon as she wakes up.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
do not see her.
Quiet, keeps to herself. She's got a maybe she's got a what do you make a room with, like lead or something? You're
Yeah,
doing,
you'd
like,
have to.
radioact- She's got like a lead lined room and she just stays in there all the time. You never see her.
Marie, why are all the dishes glowing? I told you to keep those separate.
Yeah,
fine.
hopefully she doesn't
They're
leave
within
anything laying
spec.
around. I think as long as you're not dying of radiation poisoning, it'll be all right.
That's
But that's a big
man,
if.
that's my philosophy in life, just in general.
I didn't hear any real negative points
Yeah.
because I look at this as I'm taking her from her time and bringing her into this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And radioactive, like, they didn't have a lot of knowledge about radiation
True.
and radioactivity. Now she would be like, oh, I should be a little more cautious.
True.
I don't think it's a matter of she wasn't being cautious. It's just a matter of they literally had no fucking idea
Yeah, like
what it
they,
did.
they
at
had
all.
no idea. Now
Yeah.
she'd be like, oh,
I'm
Gonna leave that at
thinking,
the lab.
I mean, this will be probably at least an A, I would say.
oh, she's 100%
Yeah.
an A.
Or consider it.
Realistically, radiation poisoning won't kill you in 3 years.
That's.
Well-
It won't
I mean,
unless
sure.
unless it's like insane levels of radiation.
Listen,
poisoning.
it's not going to kill me while we're under the lease, but that doesn't mean it's going to not kill me.
You don't know it's her fault.
I'll put her in A. I like Marie Curie. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I mean,
A's
she's
fine with
easily
me.
A.
She was a
I
cool
don't
lady.
think she can be any higher.
Yeah.
At the bottom here, or
Yeah,
I'd say just in general. Who we got in A right now? She's not. I
we
think
got
she's better than
Confucius and Da Vinci.
I think she's better than Da Vinci, but that's just me.
Why I do know.
She practically helped advance society in a super meaningful way. But as a roommate, I think she's probably just cleaner than Da Vinci.
Yeah, that's probably true. I think all of them are about the same.
I'm willing
Yeah.
to put her in between Da Vinci and Confucius.
Unless
I
someone has a
personally would actually say below both of them,
okay.
Okay.
because out you're probably not seeing her. You're probably not really getting to know her.
Definitely not.
Probably.
Like, she's a ghost roommate. You're not
Which can
really
be a good thing,
interacting
but
with her at all.
also
It can be both. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing, because effectively you feel like you're living alone, but you notice
yeah,
that some of the dishes are moved every so often.
you're living with a stranger, a complete stranger.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, Mansa Musa. We got Civ 6 Mansa Musa.
The goat.
The GOAT, the richest
The-
man in the entire history of the world. Actually, I feel like that may have been surpassed recently, unfortunately.
By Elon, I think.
Yeah, I think it's been surpassed. now.
Man.
I haven't looked it up, but I think I saw that somewhere.
Okay. So, dude just went around and was like, here you go. Gold.
Yeah,
Here you go. And I'm all about that. I mean, if it crashes the economy, hey, man,
I think it was
more power to him.
what was it, Cairo, where he did that?
Yeah. Yeah.
He just gave out so much gold and jewels and money that the entire economy crashed for like an
Like,
entire decade.
what a fucking G. Like, what a guy.
And by the way, on the way back, he heard about that and he tried to fix it and tried to buy back all the stuff, which helped a little bit.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He heard about it because he passed through going to, I think Mecca. It helped a little bit, but it was still pretty fucked up. But he tried.
Yeah.
He tried.
What a dude. What an absolute dude.
Yeah, I think he's decently well known for being like pretty nice dude,
Yeah.
being a jolly guy.
He seems like a rich Santa Claus.
Yes, he does.
The Santa Claus of money, if you will.
Here on this part of this personality notes says widely regarded as benevolent and cultured by his contemporaries, generous, devout, and thoughtful. He's a chill guy.
Yeah.
This is similar to, I guess, Cleopatra as far as like money, where it's like they definitely got you, but he's gonna be above her because he's like, you're hanging out. You guys are probably hanging out.
Yeah. He seems like a cool dude. He wants everyone else around him to know, like, hey, look at how much money I have, but he's not a dick about it.
Yeah.
He's like, he's always got your tab. Is he cleaning the apartment?
Good question.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I hadn't thought.
Middle of the road, maybe. Like, yes,
Middle?
he is, but maybe not.
He probably would if
Definitely-
you were like, hey man, could you maybe clean up some
Yeah.
of this? He might.
Yes, he would. If you asked him, he would.
I think you would have to ask him once, and then he would realize that he needs to do it more often.
I'm just glazing Mansa Musa right now.
Gotta
I'll
be
be real.
at least an A, right?
Yeah, at least.
Does he belong in S?
I think he doesn't belong in S simply because it's like, you know that he's not going to be cleaning. He's going to have the rent. He's always got you. The pizza's on him, but like any kind of manual labor, it's just not going to be there.
Yeah, we'll go somewhere in A.
I like A. I like A for Mansa Musa.
Do you like him more than Marie Curie?
I do.
Okay. Confucius?
Yeah. Yeah.
Da Vinci?
Because like, I'm.
I think
Am I Da Vinci's off this game? Is that how this is going to work?
This is
is
like
he my guy? Is he my
Da Vinci
wheel?
is the wheel.
Is he my wheel? Is this how this is going to go? Also, I love how we've all lost the ability to say Da Vinci.
Yeah, I know. I
And it
was
only
like,
took like 10 minutes.
I was like making an active effort to be like, okay, I have to actually say it right.
Oh man.
I
I
can
think
leave him
he's
there, I guess.
almost candidate for S.
Yeah,
So I think he has to be at the top of A tier at the
I
very
agree.
least.
Very
I
top.
agree. Yeah.
Very top. I'm fine with that. Alrighty. We got Saladin.
I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
I don't think I know enough about this man to rate him.
Well, here, let me read you a note.
Okay.
Born in 1137 in modern-day Iraq, he was a Kurdish Muslim leader who rose to power in Egypt and founded the Ayyubid dynasty. I don't know if I said that right. He united much of the Muslim world and became famous for recapturing Jerusalem from the Crusaders. Though a formidable military leader, he was also known for his chivalry and generosity, even towards his Christian enemies. His diplomacy and restraint earned him great respect in both the Islamic world and medieval Europe. Disciplined, humble, devout, known for his fairness, calm demeanor, sense of honor, valued unity and stability, often prioritized peace and negotiation when possible, seen both as a warrior and a deeply moral leader. Sounds like an alright guy.
Seems pretty based, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Civ.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to be associated with the Holy Land, if I'm going to be real.
At all, just, yeah.
In
Too much of a
general.
hassle.
You know he's posting on social media right now.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
I
don't know.
I don't know if his
He seems a little more stoic than that. I think he could keep his posting under control.
you don't think that you could bait that man into a
Well,
religious diatribe on X?
can you bait him? Listen, if you can't bait him into an enclosement on the battlefield, then you can't bait him on social media. And I don't feel
You
like
could
you can bait him either
100%.
way.
A keyboard warrior doesn't translate to a real warrior. That's a different kind of battlefield.
I think C.
I
He's
think C's fair.
fair.
Yeah, probably
He'll,
high.
he'll clean.
He's probably high C.
High C. Right here.
Yeah.
I actually think it's a B.
B. Okay.
He has all the qualities you probably want in a roommate. He's respectable, he's responsible, and
Mhm.
he's going to call you out on your shit if you're not doing it.
Yeah, he's very
Fair.
fair. And he's doing what he's supposed to do, so he's going to be clean. He's going to pay his rent.
All right, fair.
B?
Yeah.
Low B? We'll just leave him right here.
We'll put him in B. I like that.
Okay. We got
Who is
Socrates.
this? Socrates. Socrates, I think you got to get a job, my dude.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm gonna be,
Ah,
I'm gonna be
teacher.
that's
so
what I
real
was
with
gonna
you.
say.
I think
I-
he'd be
I-
a university teacher.
I
He
No,
could be,
actually,
yes.
well, maybe. The problem is, in real life, he never took any money, and he just taught for free, and he basically was
Oh.
homeless.
yeah.
Okay.
So, and he was like very well known for just being like a guy on the street. I mean, he did like officially teach people and stuff, but you know, he's he's not gonna have rent covered for sure.
No.
Okay.
Let me see if I
God.
even need to read this thing.
He might be F
Yeah,
F.
well,
purely
was-
because
it's,
he literally brings no money to
yeah.
rent.
He's probably gonna be messy too because he's just gonna be too involved in his own stuff, and he probably doesn't really care about doing the dishes. You know?
Like at best, I can only see him at very low D, and that's just because he's a interesting person.
Yeah, I think D too, but let me read this real quick.
Actually, I tell you what, if we're going by those traits, I have lived with a Socrates and it was an F experience.
Here, let me read this real quick. Before we make our final decision. Born in Athens, 470 BC, considered the father of Western philosophy. He questioned authority and challenged assumptions through dialogue, a method that became the basis of critical thinking. He wrote nothing himself. His ideas survived through his students, especially Plato. He was executed by the Athenian state for allegedly corrupting the youth and impiety. Inquisitive, defiant, unwavering, known for his calm demeanor, intellectual persistence, embraced poverty and discomfort in the pursuit of truth, often frustrating those in power with relentless questioning. So definitely poor.
Listen, Socrates, I need you to stop fighting the landlord. She's already raised rent 4 times. You never pay it. What do you mean you don't want to do? He turned doing the dishes into like a philosophical. He would. Oh, who's the guy? Jordan Peterson.
I really want to say D because at least he'd be like a cool guy.
I don't even know that he'd be a cool guy. He kind of
think
just
he would
sounds
be a
like an
cool guy.
asshole.
Well,
You
yeah,
think?
you're sort of right. Well, that's
I
a good
Like-
conversation at the very least. Maybe not. a
I'm
good
looking
guy.
at the future, and I don't know if I could stomach putting Socrates and Hitler in the same category.
Whoa!
whoa,
Slow
whoa.
roll. Whoa!
Who is that? I think he's talking about the Chancellor of Germany from 1933 to 1945.
Oh, yeah.
That's who
The
he's
Chancellor
referring
of
to.
Germany from 1933 to 1945.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Okay.
Now that I'm looking at this note again, and it says embraced poverty. I
Yeah,
think
like
it's-
he wasn't just okay with it. He was like, I'm aiming for poverty.
Yeah,
He didn't even come onto this list. He's not a roommate. He wasn't even looking to rent.
well, he's
He's crashing on your couch. He doesn't have a job.
yeah, it's one of those. He's a roommate because he just like needed a place to stay for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's definitely not cleaning. You're not getting any money. And he
F.
will talk to you. Could
He's
be
F tier.
interesting. Yeah, the talks could be interesting, and they could also be very annoying.
He's argumentative.
I
F
think
tier.
I hate to do this. Man, I think we gotta put him in F. Yeah,
I think we got to put him in F.
that sucks.
Yeah.
You know what? I put this next one is Diogenes, and I shouldn't even put him on here because he's basically, as far as like roommate stuff goes, he's pretty much similar to Socrates. So I think we should just skip him.
He's
You-
just more based.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's like everything that Socrates is. It's like that times 10.
Behold, a man.
Yeah.
Is he
No, that's
really a
dinner,
man?
bud.
Well, we
I
can-
had that
we-
in the fridge for a reason.
We can do him. I guess we can put him on there if he's already here if you guys want.
He lived in a barrel.
Yep.
And, like-
Also embraced poverty.
Yeah.
Made fun of like every social norm. Did the behold a man thing when they were like, what is a man? I don't, if you guys don't know that story, it's like, I don't remember who it was. It might have been like,
It was
Plato?
Socrates.
no, I think it was Plato.
I think it might have been either him or it was Socrates. This is one of
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah, a lot of these ancient Greek philosophers all lived around like the same time, but it was one of them, and they were like trying to pin down in words what a man was, and someone said it was like a featherless biped.
A featherless biped.
Yeah, and then Diogenes was like, he went and got a chicken and just plucked all the feathers and was like, behold, the famous line, behold, a man. And that's the kind of thing he did. He just made fun of everyone and like poked holes in ideas, but never really offered anything in its place.
He's- At the moment, he's bottom of F tier.
Yeah, he is. I will say though,
He
he
would've-
did there was another story because he was also alive when Alexander was like coming up, Alexander the Great.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah,
a
yeah.
story about, because Diogenes obviously he lived on the street, and Alexander knew about him, and he saw him in the street one day, and he was like, "Oh, Diogenes, I'm your biggest fan. It's me, Alexander. I can do anything for you. What do you want? I'll do anything for you." And Diogenes apparently said, "Okay, get out of my way, because you're in my sunlight," and that was it.
Rip a real one. He would have loved 4chan.com.
True.
Probably.
He would have been a big fan.
But probably yeah, low F. You said
Yeah,
that already.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't
Like,
think he goes anywhere else.
as a roommate, there's no yeah.
Tesla.
Dude,
Nikola
why is
Tesla.
the energy bill $600 this month, dude?
got-
We
he's
live in a freaking 700 square foot studio. What do you mean?
He's got the entire Tesla coil taking up his entire
Yeah.
room.
He's just like sitting under it reading like that one fixture. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Let me go through this real quick. Born in 1856 in what is now Croatia, Tesla was a visionary inventor and electrical engineer. He pioneered alternating current, wireless energy, and countless other technologies. Many of his ideas were ahead of their time. He struggled with finances and public recognition. His rivalry with Thomas Edison became legendary.
Okay, we've already got a massive problem.
Brilliant, eccentric, private, known for his strict personal routines, obsessive tendencies, maintained deep emotional bonds with animals, especially pigeons. I didn't know that.
Oh,
And
I didn't either.
avoided physical intimacy.
Dude had tism.
Definitely.
Dude was tizzed out.
You don't build a Tesla
Um,
coil without it.
Without a little touch.
Little touch of it, just a little touch.
That's all right.
Having said that, probably terrible to live with.
Yeah.
As much as to my chagrin, probably not a great guy to live with.
Yeah.
Um,
Said he didn't make very much money.
yeah,
Oh,
Kinda awkward
that-
and weird.
yeah.
Him not making a lot of money can be attributed to a lot of his ideas being stolen. I think he's top of D tier, maybe bottom C.
I think top of D is good.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Or maybe low
Because,
C.
like,
He's definitely better than Edgar Allan Poe, and he's probably better.
Yeah,
than
he's probably not as volatile as those two, or at least
yeah.
a little quieter.
As a roommate, I would put him probably like B if he was like my neighbor.
Is a Tesla coil loud? I feel like it would be loud.
It's loud.
And like it is.
Okay.
I feel like if you asked him, he would just chill out.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably nice.
It is some sick shit.
It is.
It's pretty sick. I think top of
Wow.
D is good for our boy there.
Yeah, top of D,
Yeah.
low C, one of those. is what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good place for him.
Okay. You know who this
We
is,
got-
don't you? Throat
that
singing
Khan himself.
intensifies.
Oh, is that
The
Genghis?
great Khan himself.
Okay,
I think
okay.
we all know. I don't need to read this thing, right?
We all know the goat.
I will read the some of the like personality stuff. Promoted meritocracy, religious tolerance, and global trade, establishing a system that would shape Eurasia for centuries. Tactically brilliant, relentlessly pragmatic, demanded loyalty, and valued skill over nobility. Often ruthless in war, but surprisingly tolerant in governance, and open to new ideas. I'm trying to translate how the war stuff works in a roommate
Yeah,
situation.
that's kind of all I know him for, honestly.
Maybe as a jock, maybe as like a sports type of person.
I feel like he's going to have all of his boys over all the time. They're
Definitely.
going to be crazy loud,
Loud.
different women every night,
Throat singing.
just throat singing. I mean, that's pretty based.
Yeah, it's like a frat
kinda...
party, but just with the throat singing.
Like he breaks out the JBL speaker instead of Fetty Wap. It's just.
Hey, you might have a situation where you're arguing over like what side of the apartment you guys can use or something like that, and he's really gonna be pushy about it.
Yeah.
Unless you just let him have exactly what he wants, which is most of it.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
what
so,
you do-
because it was saying that he was pragmatic and fair outside of war.
He was, but
Like the man seems reasonable, so long as you're not like
as long as you're
really-
not unreasonable.
yeah,
but
exactly.
reasonable is like, because there's like a lot of stories where he would like roll up to some city and be like, "Hey guys, just go ahead and surrender." And you'll be fine. And if they did surrender, like, because a lot of people already knew who he was at that time, so they'd just be afraid and they would surrender, and then that nothing would happen, and then he would let the rulers keep ruling, but then they would basically just pay taxes to him or whatever. And if they didn't,
Yeah.
then they would be like very ruthless. So
That's
reasonable?
more than fair. That's completely reasonable.
Is it though?
He gave, yeah, he gave you.
Well, he
And-
laid
okay,
down the terms. It's like, hey, look, we chill if you chill, and if you're not chill, we're not chill.
We're not
Sure,
chill.
but it's like, I'm chill if you give me your stuff.
Bro is 100% taking the last piece of pizza, even though
sure.
you bought it and you
Yes.
left it for lunch the next day. And when you tell him about it, he's like, well, "Yeah, I took it. What are you gonna do?" It's like he wouldn't even try to hide it.
I would respect
Or
him
he would
for that.
he would do the deal. He would do that type of deal over the pizza. You know, he'd be like, "Yeah, I know you bought this, but I'm taking the last two. And if you don't give them to me, I'm gonna beat you up."
I will kick your ass if you
Yeah.
don't give me your pizza.
But
Damn,
if
Genghis.
you know, if
The
you
way-
do what
okay,
he
the way-
wants mostly, it might be fine.
The way to stop all of this is just build a wall. You want you want to save the last piece of pizza? Build a wall around it.
Yeah.
I gotta go D. Probably D.
Yeah.
Not F. He's
I
not.
reckon he's a C, but
I do
Yeah.
too.
Really? Okay.
Like,
I mean, I get the like he's open-minded and reasonable if you're already under his thumb.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it as we both went into this apartment in a rental agreement already.
Yeah.
He's on
So
the
we're
lease.
both already equal. We're both view this place as equal ownership.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think it's more of if his worldviews completely differ your worldviews.
I guess you could see the like conquest stuff as part of his like life outside of the apartment or whatever. Like it's in his career instead.
I don't see
Yeah.
He
his
keeps it at work.
conquest
Yeah, he
thing.
keeps it at work.
Yeah.
I don't even view him conquering what he did as really just part of him. Mostly because he didn't just do it to do it. He had a reason behind it. It wasn't more of a, I'm an asshole, so I want all of this. It was let's unify everything. Oh, we're big, we need more space. Let's go see if we can get more people into our group.
I mean,
And
there
it
was
just
definitely
Snowball from there.
there was yeah. I mean, I think there was still an aspect of I'm gonna take this because I just want it and I can.
Look, you don't become a leader like that without having some form of ego, in fairness. So, yeah, maybe. But also, his whole goal was unification.
Yeah.
I
Because
would
the more
agree with that
unified a place
in
is, the less
Mongolia,
war there
but
would be.
once you get out of Mongolia, I don't know if you can argue unification anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
He kind of
okay.
just kept going, didn't he?
He just
That's
kept
why. That's
going.
why I
It
say
depends
like
on
it's
how.
snowballed.
Yeah.
Dude, he's gonna have a horse, and that is not on the
He
pet lease.
will.
And
Ooh.
whenever they knock knock and there's a horse, and it's like, wait
Yep.
a minute, you guys didn't pay for this.
Yeah, that's a
Pets
good
aren't allowed
point.
here.
Definitely.
That's not a pet. That's my car.
That's my
Oh, he
Mustang.
would be a car guy, though. He would absolutely be a car guy.
Yeah, he replaced
He'd
the
have a
horse with a
motorcycle, actually. He'd have a
Yeah.
motorcycle.
He'd probably have
We
a
just talked
few.
about Jagatai Khan right now.
That's literally what Jagatai was based on.
Yeah,
so yes.
I don't know. I don't think I can go see you guys. I feel like Top of D is probably.
I think that's about as far as he can go, man.
But
The fact that
Fair
he's
enough.
not in F.
I don't view the negatives as bad as what you all are,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I'm saying
I'm with
C.
Aaron here. Yeah.
Okay,
But
if
they,
we can
I
say
don't
that,
deny that they're negative, so I would be willing to say D.
if we can say the negatives are mostly outside of the apartment,
That's how I view it.
then C is fine. Low C.
Yeah.
Let's put
So
low C.
he's one of those dancing the line as well.
We got our boy Abe here.
Honest Abe.
Abe Lincoln. He freed
Yeah.
the slaves. He ended slavery.
He
I think
took
it was,
the step to do it.
I'm gonna read his thing really quick. Born in Kentucky.
He's a good old Kentucky boy.
From humble beginnings to become the 16th President of the United States, he led the country through its Civil War, preserving the Union and issuing the Emancipation Proclamation, which began the process of ending slavery. His leadership combined legal insight, moral conviction, and exceptional oratory. Assassinated in 1865, shortly after his re-election. Thoughtful, eloquent, deeply introspective, known for his dry wit, melancholy temperament, and profound empathy. Valued reason, debate, and unity.
Pretty basic.
Pretty chill.
Unironically, can't see any negatives in him being a roommate.
I really can't either. I think he would. I think he hits all the marks probably.
He would clean up because he started from the bottom. Now he's there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think A, but is there any roommate qualities that are so exceptional that he becomes an S? I don't know. I would say A for Abe.
He killed a bunch of vampires.
Oh yeah, he did do that. Right.
Yeah, they made a whole movie about it.
Yeah. Is that a good movie?
No.
I
Okay.
heard that it actually was good though.
Nope.
If you
They told you
go
wrong.
into it, not wanting it to be any more than it is, it's probably pretty good.
He kills some vampires in it, I'll tell you that much.
Like mindless dumbassery. It's probably
It's pretty dumb.
I'm putting him in A.
I think he's at the very worst top of A.
A for Abraham.
A for Abe. Mozart. We all know Mozart.
Mozart.
He made a bunch of cool music, and he was kind of like wacky. He was kind of a wacky guy.
He was a very popular guy, wasn't he?
I think he.
No.
Maybe it was
No?
after. Yeah, I think
was.
after he died, it was like a.
After he died.
Yeah.
I thought that he was like all the socialites were like big fans of his.
It says
Damn.
he did enjoy some fame, but he struggled with finances. Died young at 35.
Shit. Damn. Okay. Well,
So he was
That's
somewhat.
rough, buddy.
He was somewhat well known. Have you guys ever seen the movie Mozart?
No.
Or Amadeus, I mean.
no.
They make him. I mean, apparently he was like. He was wacky.
Oh no, he was
a
absolutely batshit.
Yeah, he was a little crazy.
He's a
was
silly little
batshit.
guy.
Yeah, he did a lot of weird stuff. But
How weird we talking?
he wrote a song. Do you know the "Lick My Ass" song?
I sure don't.
Yeah, he wrote a song where all the lyrics I think are just like "lick my ass." Look that up because that's real.
He sounds like nowadays he would be like a SoundCloud artist trying to take off. It's really experimental. He's like a modern day Little B.
But
and then once he dies after drug abuse, everyone's just like,
Yes.
"Oh my god, he was a revolutionary."
yes,
Just like Little B.
I think he would be kind of crazy and loud, and he wouldn't.
Okay, so-
the rent would be hit or miss.
Mozart disliked a performer named Adriana and knew her tendency to drop her chin on low notes and throw her head back on high notes. So he wrote a song specifically for her that just leapt from low to high to make her bob like a chicken on stage. That's how crazy he was.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
that is pretty funny.
Like
Like,
that's just a man doing a jape.
He's just doing a bit.
He's doing a bit. That's a good bit. I kind of like that. He's just a little bit of trolling. I'd say put him
I'd say
in-
he'd probably get annoying. Probably get a little
Yeah,
annoying.
Yeah.
I think he's below Tesla.
I was gonna say high D, low C.
Yeah.
I think he's just below Tesla.
really like music
Yeah.
though. He'd be playing all the time.
Yeah, probably at times where you don't want him to be playing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I think below Tesla's probably good.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe even a little lower.
We got Tesla, Van Gogh.
Because Van
yeah.
Gogh will be less annoying, probably.
He's probably even worse than I don't know. He's an opioid addict. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Actively endangering my
he's
life.
eccentric, but he's not. Yeah. I'm good with that, guys.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And we all know who Stalin is, right?
Oh, good old Stalin.
Good old Stalin.
Here we go.
Good old
He
Stalin.
only killed 1 billion
What do you mean?
people.
Here we go. what do you mean? Here we? Why are we here? We going? Where are we going?
To the gulag.
Yeah, apparently.
I personally don't think he did anything wrong. Name one
think you're
bad
allowed-
thing he did.
Um,
You got a really cool statue.
cool mustache.
Yeah, cool mustache.
We
Absolutely.
have another man who's got a cool mustache as well, in fairness.
You know,
I wouldn't say that mustache is cool.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah,
I
It's
think
an interesting mustache.
it's an
It's a
interesting
unique-
mustache.
It is unique.
It's a
say
forbidden
that.
mustache, you could even say.
that the disguise glasses just makes it like slightly bigger.
It's really good. The disguise glasses was
I
such a
know-
good idea.
Stalin, he's like probably one of the worst guys possible.
Yeah, he's one of the worst people to ever exist.
Not only is like if you put him down there with Socrates, he's worse than him because he's
Yeah.
malicious.
Yeah,
He's not like doing things out of any sort of sense of what's right and wrong or what his values. He's just trying to get and hold on to
Money
as
and
much
power.
money and power as he can. Yeah. And he will kill anyone. Well, roommate
He-
situation.
he-
He'll do whatever he's got to do.
you're his roommate because he posted an ad on Craigslist and was like, "My last roommate disappeared. We don't talk about it. Got a new open bed. Are you in? Really cheap."
All the stuff from the last roommate's still in the room.
Yeah, completely furnished 2-bedroom apartment.
What happened to the last roommate again? Oh, he just
Don't
left
ask
all his
fucking
stuff
questions.
and yeah, he said you could actually have all of his stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say F, the bottom of F.
you would. So you know that picture of him like standing on the pier, like leaning up against the thing,
Yeah.
and then like he early photoshopped like his ally who he killed out of it.
Yeah.
That's just the old roommate. You're like, "Oh, who's that? Oh, that's my old roommate." The next day you get there, it's like, "Wait, wasn't there a guy there before?" It's like, no,
Say-
don't know what
the
you're talking
same
about.
picture.
Yep, don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just you now.
We could go one step further. You're in that picture now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, who do we have at the bottom of F right now? We have
Diogenes.
Yeah,
And Socrates.
dude is objectively worse than Diogenes.
Yeah, I think he goes right here.
Yeah.
I don't think we're all good with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this
I
one.
mean, at least he pays rent. So
Actually, I don't even know. Yeah, he probably does. He's
No.
definitely
he pays an equal share of rent.
he's definitely
We pay
stealing
the rent.
a lot of your food.
See?
Yep.
He's taking a lot of your food.
You're really hungry all the time.
This is Shaka Zulu.
I don't know enough about Shaka Zulu to
I don't
rank
either.
him.
Let me read his little thing here. Rose from outcast to king of the Zulu people. He revolutionized warfare in South Africa, or Southern Africa, developing new tactics, weapons, and regimental structures. Expanded the Zulu kingdom through conquest and strict military discipline. His reign was marked by innovation but also cruelty and harsh reforms. He was eventually assassinated by his own brothers.
He seems like an asshole.
Yeah, disciplined, intense, authoritarian, valued order and unity, could be harsh and unforgiving. Known for being a visionary leader and a deeply feared one.
I
yeah, he's
don't want to
F-tier.
forget to do the dishes one day and have him fucking kill me because of it.
He would have like
Mhm.
Probably
he's F tier. Like
an
probably
F.
above
Yeah.
Socrates. Probably above everyone else.
Yeah, yeah. He's at least he's definitely like doing what he's supposed to.
He's disciplined.
Yeah, he's gonna do all that. He's cleaning. He's paying rent, but he will
He will fuck you up if you don't.
he will fuck
He'll
you
fuck
up.
you up if you're a minute late on anything.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, you don't want to live with a guy who's like
No.
pissed off all the time.
Like, that's the roommate you go to work and just, like, tell stories. Like, oh, my fucking roommate. Like, always having stories about how shitty he is.
Probably F.
Yeah, I'd say F.
Right
From the
here.
sound of it.
Yeah.
I'd
I think he's
say-
above them. Just because he's actually doing shit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Realistically-
Yeah.
He's not forgetting the rent or anything.
Ada Lovelace. You guys know anything about her?
I know nothing about her.
Well, let me tell you.
Oh,
A mathematician, born in 1815, mathematician and writer who is often considered to be the world's first computer programmer, working alongside Charles Babbage on his proposed analytical engine. She wrote extensive notes outlining how the machine can be used to perform more than calculations, essentially envisioning the future of general-purpose computing. Her work remained obscure for decades but was later recognized as foundational in computer science. Highly intelligent, adventurous, fascinated by both science and poetry, she often described herself as embracing poetical science, driven by curiosity with a strong independent streak, and prone to periods of illness and emotional intensity.
oh.
I was on board until that last part.
Yeah,
Well,
you had. You really had me in the first half.
You can't have a roommate. We're just going back to like Van Gogh and Poe and Mozart as far as like the emotional stuff goes.
Sounds like she can keep a job. I mean, she's a programmer.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know.
thinking C.
C for computer.
She's got the roommate stuff held down for the most part.
Yeah. And like if we're taking her and putting her in like modern time, there's help for her shit.
Yeah, true.
Where?
Like I'm thinking
I think you could go B.
I don't
The emotional
wish I knew-
intensity thing was kind of a I don't know how serious that is. How
It
often are we
kind of
talking?
came up all at once. Like,
Yeah.
that was like out of left. Like it was like, oh, very nice person, talented, famous, emotionally unstable. I wish I knew more about her. She sounds like an
Low B.
interesting lady.
One of these.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's say.
I'd say B, actually.
Yeah, I'd say above Amelia.
Okay, that's fine. That works for me.
She's at least there.
Sitting Bull. He's sitting there.
He's sitting.
He was a Lakota leader and spiritual figure who became a central symbol of resistance against the United States encroachment.
S.
He helped unite tribes against American forces and was instrumental in the victory at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Forced onto a reservation and eventually
Oh.
killed during a government
No!
crackdown. Wise, calm, deeply principled, grounded in spiritual tradition, and respected for his moral authority, known for being thoughtful in speech and unshakable in conviction.
Unironically sounds like a great dude.
I was with you until that ending. The
Which-
unshakable.
Conviction?
Yes, that could be bad.
Yeah, like he won't give up in an argument
Yeah,
on
but his
anything.
conviction is fuck the government. Not a big fan of the government.
But I'm extrapolating that to other things that you two might disagree on.
Oh,
No, he seems super based.
He's
I mean,
definitely
like,
anti-government.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're blinded.
Yeah,
That's
by how
worse.
fucking sick he is. Yeah, that's
Blinded by the golden egg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lincoln, pretty good. Mansa Musa, pretty fucking good. I think he's better than Mansa Musa. Because Mansa Musa was just
I
like,
think-
fuck y'all, I have money. That's pretty cool. But like,
I think he's just below Abe, and maybe on another day I would have said he's just above Abe.
That works for me. Now it's our boy,
who's our boy here?
Alexander. You know.
Oh,
You know.
I know.
I think we all know who this is.
I,
Right?
Yeah.
He
Pretty great.
united all the Greek territory and then took over the entire world.
Oh yeah, you know that little thing.
That old chestnut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was big on education though. He started the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Actually, I
did?
think he founded Alexandria altogether, the city. Well, I mean, he did.
That one-
It might have been there before without his name on it. I don't know.
He probably just put his name on it.
Yeah, but I think in general he was responsible for that because that city became a very it became like an academic city where
Yeah.
people would go
How did he die again? I feel like he
He
died a certain
died-
way.
in a mysterious way. No one really knows. He was 32.
Hmm.
He got his back blown out. That's like, yeah. He's from
Those-
I
Rome.
don't know if
those
that means what
Greeks.
you think it means.
I
Those
mean,
Greeks.
exactly how I think it.
He's Greek, man. Of course he did.
Yeah. I don't
feel
know
like
about this guy. I don't like him in Civ. That's all I have.
I
Like,
feel
that's
like
the
we're-
context.
We're talking about a very similar man to Genghis.
Yeah.
Pretty similar guy.
Very simple.
But I don't think he was as ruthless.
Yeah, well, maybe not. Although he was more, he was definitely more self-obsessed,
Yeah.
and
That's true.
I think he was more passionate in his emotions.
I would put him below Amelia, probably above Caesar.
He's a real
think,
go-getter.
I can't see him above C, but
Because
I
of all the
can't really
royal-
see him below like Caesar.
I'm actually thinking
As a roommate.
now. Maybe Genghis goes above Caesar. I think
I reckon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. That's fair.
because if we're putting Alexander up there, Genghis above Caesar, and then
We, to be fair, we do collectively have a bias for Genghis, apparently. The Genghis bias is becoming more apparent by the moment.
he's gonna end up in S tier by the time we're done.
I mean,
I'm putting him below, or just, you know what? No, slightly above Caesar.
yeah, I don't
That's
think
right,
he-
buddy.
I think him and Genghis share the same space.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think he goes.
So-
I think right there's fine because they're pretty similar guys.
Oh, I just realized what I'm gonna fucking say, and I hate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh no, of the next one.
Oh well, let's just get right into it. Here he is,
He can't pay rent.
but he's nice. He
Oh, yeah,
definitely
he's
will
nice
not eat
as-
your food.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He's not gonna.
He's not
But,
eating
like-
your food.
I mean, he did, like, you know, rebel against the fucking colonial British people. I mean, it's kind of pretty base, if you ask me.
But
Pretty
not
quick.
as a roommate.
I mean, that's
As a
pretty
person,
fucking.
sure.
Yeah, but
That's
in this,
pretty base.
you can imagine it as the landlord in this situation or something.
Yeah,
Something like
this
that.
is a man who's like, "What is the HOA doing for me?" He shows up to the HOA meeting, doesn't
Oh, no,
eat
okay,
the free
okay.
treats there.
If this apartment we're renting is part of the HOA, I'm
Yeah.
moving out. I don't care if I have an S tier roommate. I'm moving out because fuck
Yeah.
the HOA.
Yeah, and that's what Gandhi said.
But like,
What is the British Empire if not the world's biggest HOA? What do they do for you? You have to give them everything. You pay them all this money. They fucking tell you, "Oh, you can't have this. You can't have your culture. You can't have you're too much lawn. Nope, small." And they don't give you anything.
That's-
Fuck 'em. What
I
have they
think-
done for me lately?
I think he'd be all right rent wise. Not great though. I think he'd be all right.
He was a lawyer.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
He was a lawyer.
I didn't read it. I
But did
figured
he-
we all know who this is.
did
so,
he-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did he accept money though?
As a
don't know.
lawyer? Probably.
Yeah. He had
I
a
mean-
practice, I think.
I might be just viewing it as like late Gandhi.
Revolutionary Gandhi.
Yeah.
I think a solid B is probably
I-
good.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Maybe
I withhold judgment because if it's revolutionary Gandhi, he's F
What? Why?
because
because he can't pay shit.
yeah.
Like he's the top of F tier.
Was he making
think
money
he-
then at all?
I
I
think-
don't know.
I'm pretty sure they were funded somehow.
Let's find out. Let's look this up.
But
Yeah.
he wouldn't have
Don't
used
need to
any
be
of it.
funded to starve yourself. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. But he did more than that.
Like I doubt he wanted people to give him money to do what he was doing.
On
Why are we
Google?
sandbagging Gandhi right now?
I'm not.
Somebody is.
Well, I mean, you know, if
I'm-
we are talking independence
I'm a-
Gandhi, he wouldn't have that much money, probably.
I'm viewing it strictly roommate material.
During the Indian independence, he mostly lived off of donations and the support of others, apparently.
So he's a freeloader. He's a leech.
He has a
if you're-
Patreon.
yeah. He has a Patreon. He does.
He has a YouTube channel. He talks about fucking the British exploitation.
Yep. And
He
yep,
gets paid for it.
as long
Maybe
as
he
it's
has a
not rent.
podcast. He definitely has a podcast.
That the fact that he's able to pay his own weight,
Well,
I agree with B tier.
Yeah.
Maybe
Easy.
top of
Easily.
B.
At least.
That was
Okay,
my reservation.
who we got at the top of B right now?
Cleopatra.
Cleo.
Leo. Yeah, I think he's better than
Above her.
Cleopatra.
Yep. I feel like Saladin would go above Cleopatra.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any objections to that now?
I think Cleo's fine where she's at now.
This one is Sacagawea, which I know nothing about except that she did the Lewis and Clark expedition.
They put her on a coin.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You would never need a GPS.
yeah, that's mostly what she's known for. She was a guide and a interpreter for Lewis and Clark in their
She knows
expedition
all of
across
the great-
US.
She knows all the best spots around the city.
Yep, probably chill.
Probably chill. The hot water heater explodes. She knows how to fix it.
Yeah, maybe, or she at least like
He knows how to make a fire in order to boil water until the thing
yeah.
gets fixed.
Yeah.
This one kind of seems like maybe just like a B, a low B.
Yeah.
'Cause there's not much to go off of.
But see, I view that as like a positive because there's not much negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also not. It's like maybe a high B because there's not really there's not really highs or lows. It's just sort of a nice average, a good
Yeah.
average.
See, the fact that she's just a good roommate makes her, to me, like A tier,
Damn. Okay.
like very like bottom of A tier.
I was
but
gonna
like-
say top of B because
Yeah,
I don't know now
That's fair.
because rent. What are we talking about? Probably.
She'll find a way. She can figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
But it-
resourceful.
But are you worried about it every month? Are you thinking about it a little bit? Like,
Probably
I
not.
feel like she would be able to figure it out.
I'm feeling top of B.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we finally did it, guys.
We got to.
We're here.
We made
Got
it.
to the Chancellor.
We made it.
The
to the
Chancellor.
Chancellor of Germany from 1933 to 1945.
I think-
Let me preface all of this.
I'm
Are
just
we
gonna set him
looking at
here
it?
while we talk.
Yep.
Are we looking at him objectively, or are we looking at him for all the
Well,
dumb shit?
That's where we gotta figure it out.
I'll just flat out say it. Objectively, he's probably below Tesla.
Agreed.
But- We factoring the other shit, he's bottom. He's in a tier of his own.
I think he is defined by the other shit.
yeah, he is.
But like,
I think that like no matter what
You're talking
At
about
the
the
end of the
paintings, right?
day,
The other
Yeah.
shit?
yeah, sure, yeah. I mean,
Okay. Just making
the,
sure.
the other thing he's
It-
super famous for.
Yeah, the paintings.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter if he can pay rent, if he does the dishes, what his job is. Like, at the end of the day, the dude is like, he owns Stormfront.com. Like, it is what it is. F?
Press that little cog over there next to F.
I don't know what to call this.
The Chancellor.
How do you spell chancellor? Like that?
Good enough.
Chancellor tier.
I played devil's advocate as best I could.
Well, that's fine with me. I just honestly don't want to think about it that hard.
Next.
It cut this one's head off. This is Montezuma. I cut his head off when I uploaded this.
Oh, geez.
I don't know if we know that much about him, Montezuma. He was the emperor of the Aztec.
Was he an emperor?
I think it was emperor, or maybe ruler. I don't know if it was emperor. And when the Spanish showed up, they killed him and took over.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, they did a little more with it. They actually like talked, had diplomacy.
Yeah.
There was more to the whole story, but yeah, effectively.
I don't know as far as like his personality and stuff. Every time he's portrayed in any media, he's always like, seems like he's always angry. Like every time he's in Civ, he's angry.
He's always angry in Civ.
But I don't know if he was actually angry in real life.
I think he was overly aggressive. I think his over aggressiveness stems from the environment that the Aztecs were put in.
Yeah. Also, everything I think everything we know about him is from Spanish accounts. So
Yeah.
Probably.
History did have tribes that were under him go against him with the Spanish.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember
There's
that.
some truth to it.
I just don't know enough. We can just put him in C or something. I'll just put him right here.
So in terms of roommate ability, he is disciplined. He can pay rent, but he's probably not a very good conversationalist. So I think low C, upper D probably fits him. I don't think he's worse than Tesla,
I
but
don't either, but now I think Tesla needs to go up a little bit.
yeah, I think
Uh,
Tesla might be bottom of C.
I'll leave him right here. We can put him above
I would-
Montezuma.
Yeah.
GW.
Good dude.
GW.
I'm gonna leave this one with you guys.
I'm gonna leave this one exclusively with Reese. Actually,
That's a good
I don't-
idea. Wait, hold on,
I
Reese.
defer to Reese.
Let me read you this, Reese, and then it's up to you and only you.
Sure, all right. Let's go with that.
Okay. Born in 1732, Washington led the American colonies to victory in the Revolutionary War, earning widespread respect as a steady, competent commander. Though a slaveholder, he later expressed discomfort with the institution. After 2 terms, he stepped down voluntarily, reinforcing democratic ideals in a fledgling republic. Stoic, reserved, committed to duty, valued order, and self-restraint, often described as honorable and emotionally disciplined with a strong sense of responsibility.
I forgot about the slave thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I will say,
What
whenever he was president, they tried to make him a king, and he said no. So that's pretty chill.
It's pretty
Yeah.
chill.
Look, the whole slave thing though does tell me that if he makes a mistake, he does actually, or well, if he does something bad, he does at least have the redeeming quality to be able to look in and be like, actually, this is kind of fucked up. Overall, yeah, man seems pretty chill. He seems pretty on the money.
He is on the money.
Yeah,
He
he is on the money.
He literally
Oh,
is.
that's so good. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Please star wipe to a dollar bill.
Yeah, look, all things considered, I would if the only negative thing is that he did something fucked up and then went, oh shit, my bad, I fucked up, then it's hard not to put him into A tier because he's accountable.
Yeah, Einstein. He was.
You know that picture, like where he's got his tongue out and it's like super famous, and everyone had it on
Yeah.
their dorm wall. Do you think that he would have a picture of himself doing that?
No, I don't think so.
No,
You don't think he's that
he
kind of
would
guy?
he would have Newton doing it.
Yeah, you're right. He'd be all about Newton.
I was looking for some notes here. I think he was like a chill guy from what I.
Yeah,
What was he
yeah,
like
I
in
mean-
Oppenheimer in the movie?
he was really good in Oppenheimer. He
Was
was
he?
like the chillest dude. Yeah,
I'm assuming they tried to make him accurate, historically accurate.
yeah, they did.
He
Let's
was
see.
when the development of nuclear weapons happened. He expressed real remorse and regret for being a scientist.
Yeah,
Being a part of it.
Like not just being a part of it, for being like, I am part of the
Institution.
community that
body,
jointly
the
did
community
this.
who created death.
Yeah, he did the E equals MC square thing.
Mm-hmm.
He fled the chancellor.
Yep. He
Yeah.
did.
Can he pay rent?
Hmm.
Yes,
I think he was
because
famous enough in his time that he could.
Yeah,
He
he was
was,
like even
uh,
in his own time, he was probably getting paid.
Yeah.
well,
Mm.
he was consistently guest lecturers at all the prestigious scientific colleges.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was affiliated
So-
with Princeton and remained active in global politics, civil rights, and disarmament until his death in 1955.
the only thing I could think of that would maybe be negative is like a bit of a smarty pants, but like I don't feel like he would have been the type of guy to be like to hold it over you. He seems like more like the dude who'd be like, "Oh no, actually, let me explain. It works this way." Like he'd be really
Yeah.
chill and patient.
Known for his playfulness, humanism, and deep love of abstract thought. Sometimes socially aloof and scattered in daily life, but warm and humorous with friends. Valued
Same king.
simplicity, imagination, and moral responsibility. This might be. We don't have an S yet. This might be an S.
I was
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything bad.
the only thing that would keep me from putting him in S is the fact that he is so science coded that he's probably not aware of his surroundings usually, that he cleans up immediately.
Yeah,
You gotta be like, hey, Einstein, I need you to clean up a little bit.
you were
And
like,
he'd be-
like,
and
and
he
then you're
would.
like,
Hey,
and then he
Einstein.
would like, oh wait. Oh
hey,
yeah, sorry.
Einstein over here.
Hey, Einstein.
Hey,
Like he would do it.
Hey, the dishes go in the sink.
come on,
The
Einstein.
dirty plates
But,
go in the
like-
sink, Einstein.
You'd have to break him out of his like reimagining how black holes and the universe work. You got to be like,
Yeah.
hey, clean up. I would put him at the very worst, the top of A. I'll agree with S. It's just this is me trying to be the bad guy in the quartet
Yeah.
type
Hey,
thing.
Einstein, trash picks up on Thursday. Come on.
That's
Like
great.
you would be reminding him that every week.
That seems all right.
Yeah.
Comparing all the good to that like single negative,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I mean, we did Da Vinci down in what? Where is Da Vinci actually? Where
Hey,
where
he's
is he
middle
on this
A.
track? He's down in A. If he's effectively the same as Einstein but in a different era,
Yeah.
then Einstein probably should be in the same boat.
Yeah, but Einstein
Goodness.
actually like did shit. He actually made
Excuse you.
things. Like he actually did shit. Unlike
Nukes.
fucking Da Vinci, didn't make a damn thing.
Let's do top of A now, and then if we rearrange these, because we don't have any S's yet,
We don't.
we
That's
can come
because
back.
I don't think there can be an S tier.
I mean, once we get
I
them all
think-
on there, I think we can figure out at least one S. or a
If we're
couple.
com- if we
think that
if we're comparing them all together, yes.
Yeah.
But as a general consistent,
Yeah.
I don't think there can be S tier.
Yeah, just
remakes.
comparing them all together. Yeah, I think we can figure at least one out or two. We should get it. We should get 2 or 3 on there. This is Newton, which is also a similar guy, but I think he was like more annoying from what I've
Yeah.
heard. Yeah, let's see. Laid out the laws of motion and universal gravitation, forming the foundation of classic physics. Contributed to optics and invented calculus. Served as head of the Royal Mint. Later in life, he delved into alchemy and biblical prophecy.
Ayo.
Solitary, reclusive, intensely focused, known to be suspicious of others and fiercely protective of his ideas, often irritable and vindictive towards rivals, but driven by
Shit.
insatiable intellectual curiosity. Yeah, this is not,
This
doesn't
is not
sound
it.
like
I
a
think-
guy I really want to be around that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's top of C. I think I could enjoy
Now,
bouncing ideas between each other.
I agree, but I think there's a big difference between someone who's like paranoid and doesn't like other
Aggressive.
people and aggressive, and then a guy who's like fun, like Einstein.
Yeah.
Oh, no, like that's why I'm saying like he's well below Einstein and
Hey,
Da
if I come
Vinci.
home and you're in your room doing biblical prophecy and alchemy stuff,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
he's trying to use
Isaac.
alchemy to turn the dirty dishes into clean dishes.
Go
It's
off,
called
King.
It's called dish soap, my guy. Why are all
I-
these crystals?
So okay, I'll go top of D.
I would say D.
Yeah,
I think he's
'cause he
better than
kinda-
Edgar.
I think he's better than all of them,
I
just
don't
because
know.
he's not as like
he just doesn't like
he
you.
he
And
wasn't
he's not trustful of you, but he's not
Yeah.
gonna try and stab you in your sleep.
yeah, he wasn't like emotionally volatile. He was just, kind of
I
keeps
hate
to
paranoid
himself
and
and
weird.
doesn't like other people.
Stay.
But if that means he'll just stick to himself, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
Good day.
I didn't know that about him. I didn't know that he sucked. Sounds like he
Well,
sucks.
I mean, I definitely as a roommate he would suck, but I mean, I don't know if he sucked. He just you wouldn't want to live with him probably.
no.
Yeah. But like as just a general person in the population, he's probably up there.
Then we got Napoleon here. I think just because he was obsessed with like Caesar was also obsessed with Alexander. They both were.
Yeah.
And they both wanted to just like make a big empire just for the fun of it.
I think you should put him right between the two of them.
He should be right there.
Yep. We already know everything
He's
we need to know about Napoleon.
We
Like
know
he's
what
not
he
a
did.
bad guy,
We know what he did.
but like at the same time, he's not a good guy.
He's,
But, like-
same thing as these guys. He's gonna do what he gotta do. He's gonna pay rent.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yep.
do the dishes.
Those three dudes are playing a game of Civ, and they just are always playing Civ, and they
Yep.
won't really do anything else.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good place for him.
I'm looking for my Joan of Arc note.
She will make you go to church. She
She
will.
go-
She will physically drag you to church.
Born in 1412 in France. She claimed divine visions and led France's forces in the Hundred Years' War. Captured by allies of the English, she was tried for heresy and burned at the stake at the age of 19. She was only 19. Later canonized
died young.
as a saint and celebrated as a national heroine. Fiercely devoted, fearless, single-minded, known for her charisma and conviction. Under the intense scrutiny, even under intense scrutiny.
She's pretty based.
I-
I think that she probably has her moments.
I think a solid C. She's
Counterpoint. Cool lady in armor.
true.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, she is effectively the first knight on our list, more or less.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'd give
is
her
that good roommate material?
Technically
Duty-driven.
speaking,
yes,
That's my
but there's
point, like,
downsides. I think I'd go for a low C.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think I could put her above Tesla. That's where I'd put her. I'd put her right here.
I don't know if I'd put her above Tesla.
if she goes into C, it has to be like below Tesla at the very least.
C for Christian.
Yeah, okay. I can put her here. If that's fine.
Not
If
exactly my
that's where
A
you guys want her,
material at 11, but we're getting there.
don't worry, we got 2 more. That's it.
We got 2 more.
Yeah, we're good there.
Yeah. Is that Nobunaga?
That's Nobunaga. You knew it.
I don't know enough about Nobunaga.
Oh, you're
I
about
just know,
to.
I know Nobunaga's ambition.
Okay. Oda Nobunaga, a powerful Japanese. Is it daimyo? Is that how you say that? Daimyo?
Daimyo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who played a central role in the unification of Japan during the chaotic Sengoku period. Known for his
was
bold
Goku.
military tactics and use of firearms, he defeated rival clans and broke the power of Buddhist warrior monks. Though he did not live to complete the unification, his actions laid the groundwork for successors like Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Tokugawa Ieyasu. Known for his fiery temper and disdain for tradition, valued loyalty and efficiency but could be brutal towards enemies and rivals. Revered for his leadership and feared for his unpredictability. Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't know about this
I
one.
don't
So-
want an unpredictable roommate.
Yeah,
So-
that's not what. That's like the
Like-
number one trait
And-
you don't want to hear.
And a guy who has an anger problem.
Yeah.
Low C, low medium D tier. But meme worthy, this motherfucker is top tier because without him we wouldn't have God and anime on our side.
It's
Would
true.
we not?
No,
we
he
wouldn't have
unified
Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
Well, laid the groundwork for it, yes.
Like
You think
without
he's a-
him we would not have a unified Japan.
I think I would rather
think we-
have a sad opium addict over a guy
Yeah,
who's
like-
pissed and unpredictable.
Like like
Yeah, because at least you know
that's why
that
I
he's going to stay sad and
Yeah.
addicted to opioids. He's not going to try to unify anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so
He-
he's bringing home rent. He's
He's
paying rent.
definitely bringing home rent.
he's paying
He's like a-
rent, he's doing dishes because he's disciplined, he's military.
He's like a corporate headhunter, you know?
He's also going to stab you in the back just
No,
to get
he-
the rest of the room.
He got stabbed in the back.
But he probably also
they-
would stab you in the back.
He would because he's ruthless to his enemies.
Yeah.
If he
Everyone
looks at
betrayed
you
me.
as like, if he looks at you as I could have this entire apartment myself, I make enough money.
Yeah.
You're gonna stab me in the back and take it.
Yeah.
Everyone betray me. I have no friends in this world.
Listen, if I have no friends, everyone's going to betray me, why should I have friends?
I think he is
That way they
slightly
can't betray me.
above Shaka because Shaka was like a little bit insane apparently.
Yeah, Shaka just sounds like he fucking sucks.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think he's above him. So I think
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
low D is right where he needs to be.
Hmm I think that's fair.
I don't
Nope.
think I have a note for Shakespeare.
It's Bill. We already know about Bill.
Billy Shakespeare,
Billy. Honestly,
writer,
I'm gonna
playwright.
say it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it.
say it.
I think Bill goes an S.
Whoa, hold on.
I think Bill
S?
just goes an S. I just think he's He's a
He had-
whimsical. He's a whimsical guy. He pays the bills. He seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, he did make
He
money,
had his
didn't
head
he?
on his shoulders.
He made money.
Bank.
Yeah, he was making a lot of money.
He was an author and writer for The Common Man.
But
The Bard of Avon.
He was the bard.
Let's
Thinking Bill goes an S. I have no reason to not put William Shakespeare in S.
I'm not seeing anything really any downsides as far as like what kind of person he
the-
was. While his plays were bold and dramatic, he himself stayed out of the spotlight, focused on his work, and built solid financial life through writing and
Yeah.
smart investments.
Yeah.
Okay. He wasn't a flamboyant artist, more of a thoughtful craftsman with a sense of humor and a gift for capturing what it meant to be human. Shakespeare seems good. He might be an S tier.
S. Put him in S.
S?
Put my dude in S.
Are we really doing S?
Give me a reason to not.
I
That's right. Put him in S.
I can't give you a reason not to,
That's right.
other than that I can't agree. But that's a personal bias towards
I think
writing.
he's going in S.
Yeah.
But now we need another S. I feel like we need to put. I feel like
Einstein or Abe or both of them can go in the
Like-
S.
Now, if we're at this point, if we compare everyone,
Yep.
Shakespeare, Einstein, and Abe are easily S tiers.
Yeah,
S.
totally.
Easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to put Da Vinci in S, but I know I can't.
He
I can't
can't.
with Da
I
Vinci.
can't.
I can't with Da Vinci.
Too messy.
We should drop Stalin down into Chancellor tier.
Honestly,
Slightly above the
okay,
Chancellor.
no. Okay, so make another row. Name, okay. Name it Comrade tier.
No, he's not a comrade. No.
Gulag.
He's not.
Gulag tier.
Yeah.
But now it looks like we're rating
Now it looks like we're rating
the Chancellor of
now.
Germany from
The Chancellor of
1932 to
Germany
1945 above Stalin.
Yeah.
Now go over to those arrows.
Yeah.
Right? There you go.
Hold on, this
There
one needs to be a
it
different
is.
color.
Yeah.
Red.
Red. Nope, can't be red.
Yeah, there's already an S tier. It's red.
Let's see.
Blue.
Blue. That's fine.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's too happy of a color
Actually,
for Gulag
no.
tier.
Go up to S.
Change
Change
S
Yeah.
S
to
to blue.
But now the gradient doesn't work. Well, it does. It does
Yeah.
still work this way.
That's
I
because
guess.
S tier is supposed to be high and above it.
Okay, we're gonna go. Here we go. We're doing this. We're gonna flip all these around. This is gonna be green.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be this one. That one's the same. Now what was this one at? Yellow? No, this one.
No, orange.
Yep.
And then this one.
Yes.
There we go. That looks
All
good.
right.
Now, are there any more contenders for S? I don't think so. I don't think there are.
There aren't.
Yeah.
Monsamus is cool, but S, I don't think he's going the
I
extra mile.
don't think he's quite S. Yeah.
He's got you, but he's not,
That's about all he's got.
He got you, but he don't got the dishes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe Marie Curie needs to go down a tier, but I don't know.
Don't you do
I
it.
knew you were gonna say
Like,
Don't you do it.
see, we can't take her down a tier without taking Georgia down a tier.
We love a radioactive queen.
All right, well, does each tier look? Do these need to be reorganized, or we think we're good?
I think that
These guys all belong where they are. These four.
yeah.
Tesla. I feel
I
bad
think
for putting him in
Tesla
C.
could go up. Yeah.
Hmm.
Tesla, he's not a warmonger.
You're right. He is below all these guys.
Yeah.
Put him
But
next to Amelia.
but we're
Yeah.
talking as a roommate.
Again,
he's gonna struggle
he's
to pay
better.
rent.
Yeah.
Still? I mean, at least these guys, you don't have to worry about them.
He's gonna struggle to pay rent, but I think he'll still pay rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put him up here.
He just might be like, hey, this invention that I'm doing finally got patented. We're waiting for the paperwork to go through. After that paperwork goes through, I'll have the money.
Yeah.
I got my earthquake machine. I just sold it. That picture of him sitting under the Tesla coil reading is like the most aura. That might be the first instance of aura farming caught on camera.